Hello and welcome. Today we are going to be talking about what we like to eat, my favorite meals to make. Now, so with most of these meals, you can always add a salad and some bread of some sort to really make it a full, complete meal. But let's go ahead and get started with the first thing, which is spinach lasagna. I found this recipe on Pinterest and I've tweaked it a little bit, but I love it. It is one of my favorite go-to meals. It's super simple. You just cook the lasagna noodles and then you put them in a pan once they're cooked and you top it, or you layer it with a mixture of ricotta cheese, mozzarella, Parmesan, in an egg. There's an egg in there. You mix it all up, you put it in, you layer, next layer of lasagna noodles, and then you can layer it as many times as you want or as little as you want. And did I mention the spinach? Obviously the spinach too. So spinach, Parmesan, ricotta cheese, and mozzarella cheese. So you layer it all, then you top it with some spaghetti sauce or tomato sauce, and you then put some mozzarella cheese on top of that, and you bake it for about 30 minutes. So it's super easy and it's really good. And we are not, half of us, I should say, are not huge meat eaters. The other half like meat. So we kind of go back and forth. But this is a great meal that doesn't really have any meat. So it also is fairly inexpensive, although sometimes the cheeses can get a little costly depending. But yeah, it's super easy and yummy. All right, the next thing I like to do is potato soup. And this one is obviously more of a winter, anything but summer. I don't do it in the summer. Anyway, you can do it in the crock pot, but I also have done it on top of the stove. And I will say on the stove probably is a little bit better. It seemed a little creamier and mixed a little better, but the crock pot is super easy. So again, it's really easy, and I will try and link below any of these recipes. But you just take hash browns, frozen hash browns, and then chicken broth. And there's some seasonings. I'd have to look at, like parsley, onion, maybe garlic. I don't remember. I'll link down below the recipes. Anyway, you just throw it all in there and you cook it, and then about, the recipe I think says an hour before, but I usually do it more like 2 hours before. Add in cream cheese. And I think there's some sour cream in there too. Anyway, and mix it all up. But on the stovetop, I just put it all in at once and cook it for about 2 hours or so on low, and I just keep stirring, and I really like the way it turned out on the stovetop. But the crock pot is easy because you don't have to be there. And again, salad and bread is an easy thing to add in with this, and it's really good. You can also, if you have picky eater kids like me, I have done some of those all beef hot dogs before with it, just to give them something extra, or something like that I knew that they're going to eat, because the potato soup isn't their favorite, but that way, they got to try a little bit and then they got something else. All right, then another meal we all enjoy actually is meatballs. So you can make your own meatballs, which would probably be the healthier thing to do. I like to buy the frozen meatballs though, because I really don't like messing with meat. Meat's just kind of to me. So I buy the frozen meatballs, and I know that's probably not the best, but it works for us. It's also quick and easy. You just throw them in the oven and they cook for a little bit. But then with the meatballs, I like to do sweet potatoes, which I was using the ones from our garden, but I have run out, so I'm gonna have to start purchasing sweet potatoes. And then a veggie like green beans or corn or peas, whatever you guys like. So yeah, just anything in there. And again, salad and bread always goes well with this if you really want to make it a big full meal. All right, and then another new one to us, but we have been loving it, is, I call them Polynesian noodles. They are a copycat recipe from the noodles that you get at Ohana from Disney World. And we love those noodles, and so during the lockdown, and we couldn't go to Disney, I was craving those noodles like crazy. And luckily, some Disney YouTuber put on their copycat recipe of these noodles, and they are pretty close. They are so good. And she and him, it's a couple. I don't think there's like a, I've not seen it on Pinterest, so I will try and link their YouTube video below so that you can see how they make it. And I finally, because I kept watching their video every time I made it, so I finally went and wrote down the recipe. So you might want to do that too. And again, I've tweaked it a little bit because some of the ingredients they use, I have really hard time finding here where I live. So I just use what I can. Some stuff I just couldn't find anything, so I just left out. And then other stuff I found a substitute. But I think mine are pretty good. So I'm sure theirs are even better because if you have all those ingredients. But we love ours. It's something we eat probably about once a week or every other week at the least. So yes, Polynesian noodles. I also just wanted to mention that sometimes we do those noodles completely by themselves, just noodles. But then other times I actually will do chicken, like a teriyaki chicken with it or something like that. But I don't do the chicken as often. A lot of times I just do the noodles. But if you want something extra, chicken is a very nice complement to the noodles. All right, then fish. I try and do fish about once a week. Sometimes ends up being more like every other week. But I do fish, and we like to do potatoes or rice with it. And then a veggie like green beans or corn or peas. Those are our favorites. And obviously there's so many different veggies you could pick from, but those are the ones we like the best. Then for the fish, I have done all different kinds of fish. My kids like best, it's, I can't remember. It comes frozen actually and already breaded, but you need to watch the labels if you're looking for something healthy because some of them have a whole bunch of random stuff in it. The one I buy though, there's like 3 ingredients for the breading and then there's the fish. So it's pretty simple. It's as healthy as it can be for frozen food and it's quick, easy. The kids love it. But there's also some really great recipes for more like fresh caught fish that doesn't have any breading or anything. And you can find a ton of those on Pinterest. My husband and me like those, but the kids won't eat it, so I've kind of stopped making that because I ended up having to make 2 meals, one for me and one for them, and I hate doing that. So we found a compromise. All right, and then 3 things that are kind of always in my pantry or fridge and ready to go are tacos, spaghetti, and pizza. We do pizza about once a week. The kids love pizza. And so I do that for them. Sometimes I'll use that as like if it's a date night or something, the kids get pizza and then we go out. Or sometimes we all eat it together, but they get pizza about once a week. Spaghetti, I always like to keep in the pantry because it's quick and easy. And if I'm just having a night where I don't know what to do, you can always throw spaghetti on real quick. And then tacos, I just love tacos. So we do tacos about once a week to every 2 weeks again too. And I just do simple tacos, you know, meat, taco shells, lettuce, cheese, and then if I'm feeling fancy, we'll do refried beans or a Mexican rice with it. And that gives us a little bit more because my oldest is really starting to eat like an adult, so sometimes I need to add in to help get enough, especially since ground beef has been a little more costly lately. I've been trying to add in like the beans and rice so that instead of having 10 tacos, he can do like 2 tacos and then other stuff with it. Anyway, so that is kind of a list of our favorites, our go-tos. If I just need something quick and not thinking, I will just kind of go to this list and that's what I use the most. I will link below recipes that I can, and hopefully I'm inserting pictures as this goes along. That's my plan, is going to insert some pictures for you. And then I think I'm going to try and do some more of these videos because I do like to mix things up. I try and do maybe a new meal about every other week or so and try something new, and we find something that we love that we didn't know before. So both the Polynesian noodles and the spinach lasagna were things I had tried new this year that we have learned to be our favorites. So I will try and do some videos, and maybe with these I will start doing like cook with me, and I'll take you along with me each evening and do like a shortened version and a video like that. I didn't have time to do that this week because we were about to leave town, and so it'll be a couple weeks before I'm actually cooking each night again. So I will get some of those out to you though soon, and I think it'll be fun. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you all soon. Bye.